Somebody was asking that I go over APLD, Applied Digital, ticker symbol APLD, as it has gone lower and just seems to be going lower. It looks like the low, most recent low was $2.94. That is not, however, the 52-week low. If we do look back, in May, it was lower than current price. And so I could see this coming down to $2.51. I drew these lines a while ago, really just having historical significance. This is on the daily time frame. Do have this test of it back here. This is going back to December of 2021. Did bounce right around 250. That was support then, followed by being resistance here in February of 2022. Had a lot of price action around there, but then resistance over here, breaking above it, testing it as support, resistance again. And so I feel like 250 is probably a magnet for the current price. It does look just pretty red. And yeah, I mean, lower lows in the price as well as the RSI, so no divergence there. And so I feel like this one is going to $2.51. Earnings is coming up on Wednesday. Not sure if it's pre-market or after hours, but that could be. I mean, really, like how I would approach this. I feel like earnings can be a really nice time to take advantage of some volatility, and so maybe there would be some wicks in the pre-market or after hours whenever earnings are reported, whenever the call is. There could be some wicks to some extreme levels that could be a great time to either add, average down, or pick up shares. And so I would think that, like 250, that might be a nice level to just place a small order, see what happens. And if it gets filled, great. But then you'd also want to, or I guess, I'm saying what I would do if I wanted to add to this, whether that's adding to a position that I currently have, which I don't have a position in APLD, or if I wanted to establish one, I'd probably just place an order, not a full position sized order, but a small order at 250. If it does dip to that level, then that would be great. If it continues lower, though, I'd want to wait and see where it does start to settle out at. And and I would also want to, for me and kind of learning my entry management, stuff like that, I would also want to make that order, not so small that I just like keep averaging into it, keep getting my average down. I want to have specific level like 250, and also, that it's a large enough position that if it does go up, I'm not like, oh man, I could be making more money. I should add as it's going up. And then by the time I've established my position, my average is higher, and then it starts to go down again. So, if let's say I wanted to have 100 shares, maybe it'd be good to pick up 25 at the red line at like 250, and then evaluate, see where price is going after that around earnings. And that might be, a good time to add if it goes lower, or just wait to see where it finds a floor. Or if it does bounce, maybe my target is this blue line at like 343 or like 350, the orange line here. That could be a pretty nice bounce. That's is that 25% move, 36% move from to 350, 40% move there. So yeah, that could be a nice swing. But I do feel like we did see this really bearish consolidation over here. It broke to the downside. Hopefully we'll be seeing a bounce at some point, a volatile move up. Otherwise, if it is just consolidating like this over here, that could just be another bear flag. So good to keep that in mind. But yeah, I feel pretty compelled about it going to 250. I think that will happen. So that's what I would wait for. But it is possible that following earnings, it does reclaim 350, does reclaim this downtrending line, which doesn't really seem to be that significant. But just looking at the chart, I feel like 250 seems pretty likely. Okay, it's to those prices. Okay. You're saying because there's that gap there. So there's this gap down here. That's a good. I used to pay more attention to gaps, but then I felt like it's like they'd be forgotten about for a long time and then get filled. So this high was $1.11. make it nice and blue. And so, yeah, I think that right now, like APLD seems like it's pretty risky. Maybe it stops at 250, but yeah, there is this gap down here, and it doesn't seem to be doing too well. So definitely something to be cautious about. And I don't know why it says 1104. I'm gonna 1.11. No 04. There we go.